Hey, what's up everybody? This is James and Joe from Equestria Gaming.
Hello.
And this was originally going to be the second part to our Xbox One versus PS4. But Xbox have recently declared that they are doing a complete 180 on DRM and use gaming restrictions.
Which, to us recording this now, this came out this morning, this news.
Yeah, it might be a day or two old, or maybe longer by the time this comes out on YouTube, but it is this morning's news for us. Joe, what's your thoughts on this?
This is a difficult one, because I had, I'd gotten used to the changes that Xbox were making, the whole sharing system, so you can like get a group of 10 mates together and just share games around with those online.
Yeah, that sounded really cool.
That sounded really good. I was also a fan of the put a disc in, install it to your hard drive, and then just literally have the disc there as concept of ownership. Play the disc off. Well, you play the game off the hard drive. You have the actual physical copy to show that you've got something that you've bought. Because the reason I don't download things usually is because I like feeling as though I own it, and I don't get that from downloading. Because it's like, oh, your downloading feels like they're letting me use it.
But like the use game restrictions was a big part of why people were thinking more of PS4. Is it worth getting rid of the sharing to also get rid of the use game restrictions? Is it worth doing that, do you think?
I can understand why people like that. Why it's like, oh my god, we can share our games freely again. I'd get it, but the thing is, if I got the right group of 10 friends, like it said I was going to have, I would never have to buy a pre-owned game, because just if you get the right friends together, they would always buy a game that I wanted to play, and then I wouldn't have to buy it because I could play it on theirs. So now I've got to wait for them to finish. I've got to borrow it from those or buy my own. And I don't know. I was looking forward to how it was changing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am very, very, very happy that we don't have to connect once every 24 hours anymore.
Yeah, and you know how the sharing games worked, right? That it would work like a library. If someone had the game, other people in his friends and family group could play it, but only one at a time anyway.
I think it's the person who owns it and someone else can play it at the same time.
Oh, okay, two people at the same time then. So the guy that owns it will never be not able to play it
his own
because
game.
someone else is playing his game. Alright, but like how often do you think that game would actually be free for you to play? If you wanted to play a game, would you have to settle with a game that you didn't really want to play right now because the ones that you do want to play are being used by someone else?
Well, I can see where you're coming from. If we have like a group of lots of us, and then like say the Elder Scrolls Online comes out, and then you obviously say you buy that, and then one of my other mates in the family group wants to play that, so you two are playing it, and then I go online and I can't play it because they are. I can understand why that'd be annoying, but you know, if it's a really, really big game that I have to play, I would just buy the game.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be happy with this complete 180 of their policies because no one has a problem with how it works now. And even though Microsoft might not be bringing anything new to the table, they're not trying anything new, or maybe they did but they weren't committed to it because it didn't get a decent reception at first. You know, maybe some people might be annoyed that they won't just stick to their guns, but I think overall people are going to be happy about this. I don't know what to think, to be honest. I was fine with their policies. I didn't like the whole use game restrictions, but I was fine with replacing that with the sharing. That was okay with me. DRM, it was not a thing that actually annoyed me at all. I have internet connection, 24-hour internet connection, and I will do for the foreseeable future. So unless my internet goes down and I get caught out at some point,
which is going to happen, let's be honest.
It will have happened at some point or another. I would have had a time where my internet is down, I would not be able to play it for a week or two or something like that. But for the most part, it would not bother me whatsoever. But now it's not there, I don't even need to worry about that at all. I can play offline, and that's fine.
Yeah, but there's the thing as well. They did announce at E3 that, this is Major Nelson said at E3, said that it was up to the developer if they wanted to opt out of the online DRM. It's like, so CD Projekt Red were making The Witcher, and they said that, Major Nelson said that if they wanted to, they could say, we don't want the online check for this game.
Yeah.
We're fine for it being pirated, so long as it means people can play it offline. So then, if your internet went down, you'd still have a good number of games, because it would only be the huge AAA titles, I assume, or like the big expensive titles, that actually decided to opt in to the online DRM.
Yeah, I can imagine a lot of the smaller companies will be fine without DRM, and the AAA titles will have definitely have gone with DRM. And we both usually prefer the non-AAA titles. Was it also a policy that developers could opt in or out of the use game restrictions?
Yeah, they did. Microsoft did say that it was up to the developer whether or not they wanted the game to be freely shared, to be like trade-inable. But I think this was always a sort of cop-out idea that they didn't really plan around this. They planned very, very vaguely. Because could you imagine going into a game shop, seeing a list of pre-owned games like on the wall for Xbox One, and having to like guess which one works as a pre-owned game, or which one you'd have to put in and then have to buy again because it's a pre-owned game?
Yeah, I don't know how that would work, to be honest. I mean, would like places like CEX or GameStop in America, would they not allow people to trade in games that had the used game restrictions on them? Because, let's face it, they would have to completely lower their prices in order for people to see it's worth buying the used game with the used game restrictions on it.
And that's also another point, that they said that you could play used games, but you had to pay a fee, but they never announced what that fee was.
Yeah, was that fee going to be like £5? Or £40, like the price
of the game itself.
Yeah, the price of the game new. I don't know. They never actually announced what the price was going to be. If it was £5, then okay, that wasn't going to be such a big deal. But no, they never actually said what the price would be and how much that would cost. But again, it doesn't matter anymore.
Doesn't matter now, it's gone.
Yeah, that's the used game restrictions are gone, and I'm happy about that. A little bit sad that the sharing games is gone, but I understand that you have to have like both. If you have the used game restrictions, you can have the sharing games. If you take away the used game restrictions, you can't share games anymore, otherwise no one is going to buy any new games. No one is going to make any money, and therefore developers cannot continue to make great games. I understand that it's one or the other. You can have freely shareable games without any restrictions on them, or you can have like online sharing your library, but you can't have both. I understand that, so there we go.
I was just going to say, I think the thing I'm most annoyed about is Microsoft's whole lack of balls on the subject. It's like they've completely bottled it. They had this thing, and then everyone complained all over Facebook, like relentlessly. If you went on Facebook's Xbox pictures or updates or just their page, it was just a wall of hate.
It really was. I'm hoping that's going to change now. I want...
You know what? That's not going to change. I'm going to go on Facebook, I'm going to look at Xbox's page, and just see an entire wall of "you pussies, I can't believe you bottled it." That is what it's going to be now.
I think it will, but I hope this changes some people's minds. More people go to Xbox One rather than just everyone going to PS4, because if this became a monopoly on the games consoles for this generation, I think gaming will go downhill fast. There needs to be some sort of competition in this business, in this market, for the games to continue being great. And I hope this helps people. Yeah, I hope this helps even the field a little bit and create that competition for the gaming industry to flourish.
Because that's the thing, isn't it? When you've got competition, you've got two companies fighting for your wallet. Really, is how it is.
That's basically it.
If it was say like for the generation after this, if Microsoft made none of these changes and they lost all their money on the Xbox One, by the time the PlayStation 5 comes out, there wouldn't have been an Xbox 2 or whatever it was going to be called.
Yeah, Xbox.
And then Sony could literally pull whatever shit they wanted because they've got no one else for the audience to turn to apart from PC. But I think PC gamers and console gamers don't really coincide anyway.
Yeah, you can probably bring people over to your console from another console.
You won't bring them from PC.
I don't think any PC gamers will be buying any consoles. I bought the Xbox 360 at launch, and I'm still playing it now.
Can't believe you've still got the fucking original Xbox that you got at launch.
I still have the original Xbox.
I think I'm playing on my fourth.
Oh no, well, tell you that, I did get a Red Ring of Death, but it was under warranty and I got it replaced within
Oh, right.
days.
So you're on your second then.
I'm on second, yeah.
I got 2 Red Rings of Death.
But I mean, I've been playing the Xbox 360 since launch. Not the same Xbox since launch, but I've been playing on the 360 since launch. I'm still playing it now, and even after I get the next gen console, whichever one that will be, after these changes, it is looking more Xbox One. I'm thinking the controller's just nicer.
The games library is just more
the
appealing.
games library is more appealing. They've actually said what are
What is
exclusives.
exclusive and what isn't.
Yeah, it's looking like Xbox One to me. I'm not sure if it was probably going to be Xbox One anyway, even with their changes, because like I said, DRM didn't affect me, and I was fine having use game restrictions if I could share with friends my library.
That was the thing with the Xbox One that I found. You had to be selfish with it. You had to decide, well, these things don't affect me, so I'll get one. I won't like it, but I'll get one.
Yeah, like maybe there are some gamers that don't have internet connection, and they obviously they'll just go for PS4. That's whatever. Obviously, Microsoft weren't trying to win over people without internet connection. What I did find ironic was everyone arguing on the internet about having to connect to the internet, and it's quite obvious they can do that. Maybe not all of them can connect 24/7. But it doesn't need to be 24/7. It needs to be like for a second every 24 hours. You don't need to stay online 24/7. It's just connect every day. But again, that's gone. A lot of people are going to be happy. I don't much care. It wasn't going to affect me anyway. But yeah, it's looking like Xbox One is coming out on top. I'm probably not going to buy either one at launch since the prices are just too ridiculous.
Yeah, I was going to say that's something we need to talk about is the price difference between consoles.
Yeah.
The PS3 is PS4 is a lot cheaper in America, but not that much cheaper here.
The prices don't actually fit. They're not the same. Like if you convert the dollars into pounds, the Xbox, in fact, both consoles are way more expensive
than they should be. I did the conversion. Do you know how much we in England would have to pay in dollars for an Xbox One?
Is it $666?
It's $666. It's a sign.
There you go, guys. That's probably changed since Joe found that out. But at the time we found it out, £429 was $666
and 70 cents.
And 70 cents.
Yeah.
Okay, at least it wasn't just $666.
Not bang on, no.
But yeah, that's something that's the price difference over here is probably what's going to lead me to not buy either one at launch.
I'm not buying either at launch. I'm going to wait for the post-Christmas price crash that everything has every year.
Yeah, or I might actually just wait till like the next Christmas. Then I've had a year of it being out. I can see people's reactions to both and see it like a year later and where it's going.
And see what actually is exclusive on the PS4.
Yeah, I don't know enough. We haven't been told enough about either one to fully make a decision right now, I don't think. I mean, we know a good deal, but we don't really know where this future generation is headed. So I'll come back probably a year later, see where it's going. Maybe 6 months. I might get bored with the 360 by then. And I'll
get
see.
bored of hearing about all the fantastic new games that have come out on the next generation.
Which I can't play. But there will be new games coming out for this generation's consoles still.
For a few years at
For
least.
a few years at least. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this next generation. Maybe not right now, since I am not willing to pay the devil's number in dollars for a console. I think it is looking like Xbox One is coming out on top at the moment. It's more expensive. It has better controllers, better game library.
To us. To us, don't piss them off.
To us, the games are what I will be willing to play, what I am looking forward to. The controller is nice in my hands. Maybe other people might prefer Sony's, but for me, the Xbox controller is the perfect controller.
Perfect at the moment, yeah.
That's fine by me. I'm glad they didn't change it too much. It has slight differences, but it looks like it holds the same, looks like it feels the same, it's got the same button layout. I'm happy with that. PS4 controller's changed a little bit, but to me it looks even more awkward.
Yeah,
than
it
before.
looks like it's going to be even worse to hold. I suppose we have to hold one to
Yeah.
really get a feel for it. But it's just, I don't get on with the parallel thumbsticks. It's not comfortable to me.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with the PlayStation 2. That's what I had when I was a kid, and it didn't bother me at the time. The controllers were fine because that was the controller. That's what you had. Better than the NES controller. That was a square.
Square. I think the whole reason I like the Xbox controller more than the PlayStation controller was that I was brought up on Nintendo. So my previous controller was the GameCube controller, which
That was
did
terrible.
Whoa, hang on! The GameCube controller was amazing.
It was awful. What was with that C-stick?
Yeah, but the whole point is that they were offset. The thumbsticks were offset,
I guess,
and that's
yeah.
what my thumbs got used to. So that's why I buy the... Anyway, that's an argument for another time, the
Yeah.
GameCube controller.
Okay, we've started off talking about a 180 in Xbox One's
DRM
policies.
and going on to a controller argument.
Yeah, now we're on to the controller argument. Should we talk about the Kinect? Because I think, the Kinect has to be connected. All the time.
connected.
Yeah, the Kinect has to be connected all the time. But does it need to be on all the time?
They've announced that you can sort of turn it off.
Okay, good.
It's like, well, actually, this is really concerning me. They said you can turn it off, so it's only listening to the command Xbox on. But that means it isn't off.
Yeah, that's
That's not off. They don't know what off is. But
but that does mean that someone can't walk into your room while you're gaming and
fire breath, quick save.
Yeah, that was a bitch playing Skyrim on with Kinect, because someone will just walk in, just say fire breath, quick save, and he's just burnt your entire town, and everyone's angry with you, and then it's saved. So every time you go back to it, everyone hates you,
And everyone's on fire.
Everyone's on fire. Everyone hates you, and you probably cannot go back to that town again. But also, I would hate it if someone could just walk into my room and just say Xbox off, and there you go. All unsaved data is just gone. All unsaved progress on whatever game is gone. That would annoy the hell out of me.
I know as soon as I get an Xbox One, I'm gonna be playing on it, and the flatmate's gonna walk in and go, "Oh, you can use that thing to turn the Xbox off," and then it's gone.
Yeah, I hope it has some sort of voice recognition thing, so only the person playing it can sort of deal with it. People are scared that the Kinect will be spying on them.
Yeah, the NSA or something, whatever's going on in America at the moment. Can't say.
I don't get that. Like something about facial recognition, so it knows if someone who doesn't own the game is playing the game, and it will shut it down or fine them or something. There are a lot of paranoid people out there. They won't do that. It's not a thing. People are scared that people might be able to hack into it and spy on them through the Kinect.
But if people want to watch me playing a game, they can.
Yeah.
As far as I care.
All
They're not going to see anything.
All anyone's going to see is me sort of leaning forwards with my concentration face on. I mean, I'm not going to be doing anything dirty in front of my Xbox. That's a bit weird. I probably will end up connecting the Kinect and just sticking it in a drawer. Just wrapping it in duct tape, sticking it in a drawer so it can't see, can't hear anything, and just use the Xbox One as a games console without having to talk to the damn thing. I will talk to people. I will even talk to cute puppies, but I will not talk to a games console.
I want them to give it the voice that the turrets had in Portal.
That
So
would be
you just
great.
turn on the Xbox. There you are.
Or, I mean, that eye is creepy, right? That Kinect
That's
eye-
a bit creepy,
That
yeah.
Kinect eye is creepy. I want them to go all the way with like the next Kinect and just have like a red orb and it have Hal's voice.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I'm afraid I can't do that, James.
Yeah, just like Xbox on. And it's like, I'm afraid I can't do that, James. It's like with Hal's voice. That would be funny enough for me not to care how creepy it was. So there you go. Complete 180. DRM's gone. Use game restrictions gone. I think we're both thinking Xbox One is right for us for this generation.
I was
now.
thinking Xbox One was right for us before this.
Well, yeah, I was on the fence before this,
Yeah.
but I think this has sort of thrown me over. I mean, I didn't really have much of a problem with their policies anyway. They were different policies. I wouldn't necessarily say they were bad policies, but now it's what the current generation has for its policies, and no one has a problem with that. So, yeah, I'm thinking this is probably a good thing all around. So there you go, and yeah. This is
see
looking
you,
good.
See you in the next video.
See you in the next video.
Good day.